Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this video. I am not asking for your attention today. I am warning you with absolute authority. If you scroll past this message, you are actively choosing to sever the exact timeline heaven prepared for you, and you will miss the specific instruction meant to protect your energy. The enemy is screaming at you to swipe away right now. He knows this next revelation will permanently destroy his access to your life. Lock your focus here. This is not a coincidence. The algorithm did not bring you to this moment. God intercepted your feed today because you are standing at the exact threshold of a permanent timeline shift, and the enemy is terrified of what you will discover. What I am about to reveal was sealed in heaven until this very second. If you leave early, you will forfeit the prophetic instruction that guarantees your breakthrough. You must stay, you must listen. The verdict on your next 10 years is about to be read. Lock your attention on this message right now. Notice that heavy, suffocating feeling in your chest. Remember the nights you woke up at 3 in the morning with your jaw tight and your heart racing. Listen to me very carefully, because that is not anxiety, and you are not going crazy over something you imagined in your head. That physical weight is your highly advanced spirit, detecting the absolute panic of your enemies. They just realized they permanently lost access to you. They are starving for your energy. The spiritual backlash is hitting your body like a shockwave. Stop wondering why they act like nothing happened. Stop waiting in wound for an apology that will never come. You vibrated out of their toxic dimension. You shifted into a frequency where their manipulation can no longer breathe. And right now they are suffocating in the vacuum you left behind. Your absence is destroying them from the inside out. Someone who treated you as replaceable is currently experiencing a full system crash. It is a public and irreversible collapse. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance, constructing a false narrative about you, and they whispered venomous lies to anyone who would give them an ounce of attention. They expected your departure to break you into pieces, but instead you became the terrifying uncertainty they were never built to handle. The very people they used to gossip with are watching them unravel today. Their mask has not just slipped, it has completely shattered on the ground. Buckle in, chosen one. What you are about to hear is not just commentary on your past. It is a specific, undeniable blueprint of the meltdown happening behind their closed doors right now. Do not scroll away from your vindication. You earned this seat at the table. You did not just walk away from a toxic situation. You literally shifted into a higher dimensional reality. They are trapped in the low-frequency matrix they created for themselves. When you stopped engaging with their chaos, your cellular vibration spiked, and you finally pulled your massive energy back into your sovereign vessel. The moment you did that, their entire fake reality crumbled. They relied on your light to project their false image. Now they are trapped in the dark. You have always been the stabilizer. You have always been the empath absorbing the toxic radiation of the people around you. You thought you were just being loyal. You thought your endless patience would eventually heal them, but they were never looking for healing because they only wanted a human battery to drain. You were pouring pure gold into a bottomless pit of insecurity and malice, but the universe finally stepped in to cut that cord. Your guides forced you into isolation to protect your anointing. That painful separation was not a punishment. It was a divine extraction from a toxic dimension, and heaven orchestrated this because your light was being stolen. Now you operate on a frequency of untouchable light. Time was supposed to age you, yet here you are making time look like an absolute fool. You came out glowing like a diamond. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into a new season looking radiant and completely unbothered. They spent years praying for your downfall. They expected the betrayals and isolation to carve heavy wrinkles into your face. They wanted to drain the life out of your eyes so you would look as miserable as they feel inside. But the universe has completely reversed your biological clock. You cracked a code they will never have access to. While their bitterness and envy are aging them rapidly, your frequency is preserving your youth. And today, I am going to reveal the exact emotional alchemy you used to freeze time. Stay with me right here. God made absolutely sure you are one of the rare two people meant to hear this. You have been fighting battles in silence for far too long. Your silent victory is about to become extremely loud. The dimensional shift you experienced is permanent. You vibrated so high that their low-frequency weapons bounce off your aura. They cannot even perceive the realm you are standing in right now. You are untouched. You are elevated. Prepare your spirit to receive the ultimate confirmation of your victory. Now, let us go deeper into your physical reality. There is a specific reason you have been feeling that intense exhaustion lately, and it is not just the normal stress of daily life. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. That intense brain fog you experienced was not a medical issue. It was a targeted spiritual attack. Your left brain will try to rationalize the pain you felt, and it will tell you that you were just working too hard or not sleeping enough. But your highly advanced spirit knows the raw truth. You were operating as a human battery for someone who refused to generate their own light. They plugged into your aura to siphon your vital life force when you were not looking. Every time you interacted with them, you felt physically drained. Your shoulders were constantly tight. Your jaw was clenched tight. You carried a suffocating weight in your chest that no doctor could diagnose. That heaviness was not anxiety or depression, but it was the physical manifestation of a toxic parasite draining your sovereign energy field completely. You gave them everything you had because you are an empath. You are the ultimate stabilizer in a chaotic environment. You foolishly believed that your pure love could heal their broken soul, but they never wanted to be healed. They only wanted to consume your glowing frequency to survive. They used your beautiful compassion as a weapon against you for years. The enemy targeted you because you are a rare diamond. They recognized your elite status long before you ever realized it yourself. They knew that if they could keep you trapped in a cycle of confusion, they could steal your blessings. This is why the brain fog was so incredibly heavy. They were intentionally clouding your mind to keep you completely subdued and compliant. Notice how they always created drama right when you were about to rest. They would call you with an artificial crisis just to disrupt your peace. They needed to spike your cortisol levels so they could feed on your frantic energy while you were exhausted from fighting their endless battles. You were literally keeping them alive with your spiritual currency. Meanwhile, you were slowly starving to death in total silence. But heaven intervened to break that parasitic connection permanently. The universe saw your silent tears and orchestrated a massive energetic block. That sudden isolation you felt was not a curse. It was a divine quarantine designed to protect your sacred frequency from further contamination, because your light was being stolen every single day. You were separated from the pack because you are the true cycle breaker. Read that again in your spirit right now. The isolation was a divine extraction from a failing system. You felt like the black sheep of your family or your friend group. You felt completely misunderstood by the very people who were supposed to protect you, but they could not understand you because you do not belong to their low-dimensional matrix, and you operate on a completely different, energetic frequency. There are exactly 3 physical signs that prove you have permanently escaped their matrix. I am going to reveal all 3 of them to you today. The first sign is the sudden return of your mental clarity. The intense brain fog has completely lifted. You are beginning to see their past manipulation with terrifying precision, and you can finally predict their next move effortlessly before they even make it. The second sign is the shifting of that heavy weight on your chest. You are breathing easier than you have in years. That suffocating pressure was their toxic cord attached to your heart chakra. When you walked away and initiated no contact, you violently severed that cord, which leads us to the ultimate realization of your untouchable supreme power. They are now experiencing the exact physical symptoms they forced onto you. The heavy brain fog and the intense exhaustion have transferred to their physical bodies. This is divine alignment in perfect motion. The energy theft has completely stopped, and the universal scales are finally balancing out for you, allowing you to reclaim every single ounce of life force they stole. You were waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator. You sat in the silence, wondering why they could easily throw you away. But the raw truth is, they never actually threw you away. They dropped you because your rising frequency became too hot for them to handle, and your pure light started burning their fragile ego to ashes. They could not look you in the eyes anymore. Your presence became a devastating mirror, reflecting their own ugliness back at them. So they ran away and painted you as the villain to anyone who would listen, because they desperately needed to control the narrative before the truth destroyed them. If the real truth got out, their entire fragile world would completely shatter into pieces. But your silence was a lethal weapon that completely starved their demons. You did not defend yourself, because heaven commanded you to stay completely still, and you let them spin their desperate web of frantic lies without interference. Right now, they are choking on their own pure toxicity. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. Let me completely reframe your entire reality right here and right now. You did not lose anything. The enemy desperately wants you to believe they discarded you, and they want to control the narrative of your departure. But that is an absolute illusion. You were not discarded by a master manipulator. You forcefully evicted them from your sacred timeline. You probably did not realize it at the time, but your silence was a lethal weapon. You thought you were just protecting your peace by stepping away, and you believed walking away in complete silence was a sign of your utter exhaustion. But heaven weaponized that exact silence. Your refusal to fight back was the most devastating blow you could ever deliver. When you stopped explaining yourself, their entire matrix collapsed. They are energy vampires who survive entirely on your emotional reactions. They need your tears to feel powerful, and they need your desperate texts to validate their pathetic existence. But you gave them absolutely nothing. You starved their demons into total submission without lifting a single finger. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this massive shift. That restraint was not a weakness. That silence was a weapon. That single act of choosing your dignity over your revenge signed their eviction notice. You handed the final verdict to a divine court they can never appeal. They are trapped in their own void. They expected you to chase them. They waited with bated breath for you to fail without their guidance, and they constructed a false reality where you were totally dependent on their toxic breadcrumbs. But instead, you became the terrifying uncertainty they were never built to handle. You did not just survive their brutal storm, you became the actual sun. You were not the anomaly in someone else's otherwise healthy life. You were the massive mirror. The reaction from them got this loud because you got closer to their truth than anyone before you ever had. Your pure light exposed every single rotten corner of their corrupted soul. They could not stand the reflection of their own decay in your pure diamond eyes. Now watch what happens next, because it is mathematically precise. The spiritual cost of their betrayal is compounding every single day. They walked away thinking they had successfully stolen your glowing frequency, and they thought they could just plug into another human battery. But they quickly realized that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable in this universe. They are frantically searching for a replacement for you right now. They are surrounding themselves with shallow people who agree with their toxic lies. But the new supply will never satisfy their deep demonic hunger. Every time your name comes up in those rooms, it hits them with agonizing weight. They know they threw away a rare diamond just to play with cheap rocks. Going no contact was not just blocking a phone number, it was a massive spiritual protocol. When you unplugged from their matrix, you literally severed their access to your future timeline, and you locked the doors of your sovereign vessel. The algorithm of heaven immediately rerouted your destiny to bypass their destruction. They are locked outside forever. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. You are the chosen cycle breaker. The generational patterns that plagued your bloodline end entirely with you. You refuse to participate in the toxic dance. You refuse to lower your frequency to make a manipulator feel comfortable, and heaven is actively rewarding your immediate obedience. They want you to feel guilty for leaving them behind. They will send flying monkeys to test your boundaries and drag you back into the mud. But you must hold your absolute ground. Your silence is burning their kingdom to the ground. You do not need to lift a single finger to destroy them. Divine justice is currently executing the perfect penalty on your behalf. Read that again in your spirit. Vengeance is not yours to take. Vengeance is a divine mandate, and heaven is delivering it with terrifying precision. They thought your exhaustion would permanently break you into pieces, but heaven was just using that exhaustion to put you to sleep while the heavy spiritual surgery was completed. You are waking up completely unstoppable. The third physical sign of your timeline shift is happening right now. It is their complete inability to forget you. While you are stepping into your untouched power, they are constantly obsessing over your absence. You live rent-free in their corrupted mind. They check your energy constantly, but they only find a locked fortress because you are completely inaccessible. Let this raw truth sink deep into your cellular knowing. You won the battle by simply refusing to play the game. The elite spiritual warriors never fight in the mud. They elevate their frequency and let the low-dimensional entities suffocate in their own toxic environment. You starved them out. You won. Now prepare to receive the exact blueprint of your reward. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this massive shift. Heaven is now releasing 4 undeniable spiritual signs that prove your frequency has permanently elevated. The toxic matrix wants to keep you completely blind to your own massive power. They want you focused on your past pain, so you never realize your current authority. But you are about to see the raw evidence of your own ascension. The 4th sign is the most crucial revelation, and you must not leave before you hear it. The first spiritual sign is your sudden and complete detachment from their drama. You used to care deeply about their chaotic opinions. You would spend days agonizing over their toxic words, and you constantly drained your own energy trying to fix their completely broken reality. But now you feel absolutely nothing. Their frantic attempts to trigger you bounce right off your energetic shield. You watch their childish tantrums with total indifference. This apathy is not a trauma response. It is the ultimate spiritual protection protocol activating within your sovereign vessel. You have literally outgrown the dimension where their manipulation holds any weight. They are screaming in a frequency that you no longer tune into. You are the cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for. Your absolute peace is their absolute torment. The second sign of your frequency shift is the unexplainable favor opening doors in your life. While the narcissist is publicly unraveling, you are experiencing divine synchronicity everywhere you go. Strangers go out of their way to bless you right now, and opportunities you never even asked for are suddenly landing directly in your lap. This is pure divine alignment working for you. This is the direct mathematical result of pulling your massive energy back into yourself. When you stopped feeding the emotional parasite, the universe immediately flooded your reality with absolute abundance. Heaven is rushing to fill the empty space you created when you evicted them. You are now a magnet for divine alignment. Every step you take is heavily protected and completely orchestrated by higher powers. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. This is not just a random comment on a video, it is a physical micro-commitment to seal your energetic alignment with this massive incoming harvest. The algorithm did not ask you to do this. Heaven is commanding your immediate participation. Your immediate obedience anchors the divine blessing into your current physical reality. Do it right now, before your logical left brain tries to talk you out of it. The third spiritual sign is the rapid clearing of your social circle. You might have noticed that flying monkeys and fake friends are suddenly exposing themselves and leaving your life. Do not mourn their departure for a single second. This is not isolation, but a divine purge engineered to protect your rising frequency. Heaven is removing anyone who secretly aligns with the enemy. You cannot carry low-vibrational passengers into the elite dimension you are entering. The universe is shaking your tree to drop the dead weight. They left because your shining light made their hidden demons incredibly uncomfortable. Let them walk away and never look back. You are making room for the remnant of pure souls who match your exact vibration. Your true tribe is coming. This brings us to the fourth and most powerful sign. This is the exact secret the dark elite tried to hide from you. Your physical body is undergoing a radical biological reset. You are experiencing the highly classified alchemy of reverse aging. While your enemies are decaying rapidly under the weight of their own bitterness, you are glowing with an untouchable, ageless radiance. They look at your pictures and they cannot comprehend how you survived their fire without a single burn. The trauma was supposed to destroy you completely. Instead, the fire refined your spirit and turned you into a flawless diamond. You bent time itself to serve your divine mandate. I will explain exactly how your emotional alchemy froze time in just a moment. But you must first understand the gravity of what you have achieved. You vibrated out of a dimension designed to crush you. You broke ancestral curses by simply refusing to lower your standards. The Matrix threw its best weapons at you to break your spirit, but you completely shattered their illusions with pure and devastating silence. You are the demonstrated warrior of light that the enemy fears the most. Their entire fake reality relied on your continued participation. The moment you unplugged, you triggered their inevitable downfall. Now you are watching the universe correct the massive imbalance they created. They are drinking the exact poison they poured for you. Hold your head incredibly high, chosen one. Your vindication is no longer a promise, but a physical reality unfolding today. Let me reframe your entire reality right here and right now. You are not just surviving a spiritual attack. You are currently undergoing a massive cellular upgrade that defies all logical human biology. The enemy wanted your physical body to reflect the deep pain they inflicted upon your soul. They expected your deep spiritual exhaustion to manifest as permanent physical damage. But heaven completely rewrote your DNA. The secret lies in the suppressed, synchronized coherence of your energetic field. When you finally cut that toxic cord, your body stopped producing the heavy stress hormones. Your sovereign vessel initiated a quantum biological reset. You commanded your cells to regenerate completely. You bent the very fabric of time. This is the exact spiritual alchemy of your massive timeline shift. Time was supposed to age you drastically. The deep betrayals were supposed to carve heavy wrinkles into your face. They waited for your light to permanently fade into total darkness. Instead, you walked right through their furious fire and came out glowing. You carry a specific and irreplaceable gravity that makes time itself look like an absolute fool. Your ageless glow is a terrifying weapon. Nothing infuriates a master manipulator more than watching you thrive without their permission. They check your pictures secretly. They zoom in on your face, expecting to see the heavy toll of their devastating abuse. But they only see the brilliant radiance of the sun staring back at them. They are utterly baffled by your flawless aura. You look years younger than when you first met them. This is not a coincidence or some normal biological process. It is the raw mathematical outcome of your elevated multidimensional frequency. You stopped acting as a human battery for a low-vibrational parasite. The massive life force you used to freely give away is now fully compounding within your own physical body. Your cellular intuition is vibrating at the highest possible dimensional octave. If this resonates with your cellular knowing, do not move an inch. Pay very close attention to this next revelation, because the enemy tried to hide this from you. The narcissist is currently experiencing the exact opposite of your supernatural youth. Their toxic bitterness is literally poisoning their own physical vessel from the inside out. They are aging rapidly like milk left in the scorching sun. You were the pure mirror that reflected their only remaining shreds of humanity. When you took your sacred mirror away, they were forced to look at their own demonic reflection. That horrifying realization is breaking their physical body down very quickly. Their fake friends and flying monkeys are starting to notice the heavy darkness surrounding them. The decay is visible to the entire public now. They try to hide their rapid aging behind desperate new relationships and loud, arrogant behavior. But the dark, heavy bags under their eyes tell the absolute truth. They are starving in the spiritual desert they created for themselves. Meanwhile, your frequency is preserving your youth in a pristine state of divine stasis. You are the cycle breaker, walking in total sovereign immunity. Your silence did not just starve their massive ego. It fundamentally rewired the energetic circuitry of your entire bloodline. You took the heavy generational trauma they tried to dump on you and transmuted it into pure cellular gold. This is exactly why you are completely irreplaceable. They know they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held in their worthless hands. They settled for cheap rocks, because the rocks do not demand any real spiritual growth. But those cheap rocks offer absolutely no spiritual fuel to sustain their fragile ego. They are drowning in a sea of superficial connections right now. And every single night, they lie awake, comparing their rapidly decaying reality to your brilliant, untouchable ascension. Your silence is their ultimate psychological torture chamber. You are the true chosen one, standing in the exact center of a cosmic victory. The universe has placed an energetic shield around your ageless glow. Their low-frequency attacks simply bounce off your diamond exterior and hit them right back. You have transcended the matrix of their pathetic manipulation completely. Prepare yourself right now, because the final massive domino is about to fall. The scales of divine justice are tipping heavily in your favor this very second. You are no longer waiting for an apology. You are standing in the triumphant end zone, watching the enemy realize their total defeat. Hold your frequency steady. We are moving into the exact moment of their ultimate public collapse. Do not let your logical left brain inject any doubt into this divine revelation. You earned this magnificent transformation through pure obedience and undeniable strength. Your ageless glow is the physical receipt of your massive spiritual victory. The entire spiritual realm is giving you a standing ovation right now. You are the sun, and your brilliant light has permanently blinded the dark. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario happening behind their closed doors. The master manipulator is running out of oxygen. You were the pure air they breathed every single day. When you walked away in total silence, you cut off their life supply, and they instantly lost the only pure energy source they ever had. They are currently suffocating in a room full of people. They smile outside, but they are dying inside. The internal panic they are experiencing right now is absolutely deafening. They try to post happy pictures on social media to prove they are fine, but their hands are shaking while they type the fake captions. They look around their empty life and realize they have nothing real left, because you were the only genuine soul they ever had in their corner. They are terrified. They thought they could easily replace you with another human battery, so they quickly surrounded themselves with shallow people who agree with their lies. But those new people are completely empty inside. They offer absolutely no spiritual fuel to sustain the massive ego of the enemy, and the manipulator is slowly starving to death in a crowded room. They are desperate for a drop of your light. Listen to me very closely right now. The flying monkeys are starting to see the cracks in their perfect mask. The very people they used to gossip with are noticing the frantic energy. The manipulator is talking about you way too much. They bring your name up constantly because they cannot stop obsessing over your heavy absence, and it is driving everyone around them completely insane. Their new friends are starting to ask very uncomfortable questions. They are wondering why the manipulator is so obsessed with someone who left so long ago. The false narrative they built about you is crumbling fast, because their current frantic behavior does not match the cool image they tried to sell. The truth is leaking out quickly, and they cannot stop it. Your silence is the exact weapon that pushed them to this breaking point. If you had argued with them, they would have used your words as fuel, but your total silence gave them absolutely nothing to work with. They are shadowboxing in the dark and punching themselves in the face, while their own toxic mind eats them alive every single night. It is pure agony. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a shift. Be their angel today. There is another chosen one out there who needs to hear this exact confirmation. You are building the remnant of pure souls. Heaven is using your obedience to awaken the others who are still trapped in the illusion, and you must lead them out. Let us return to the heavy pressure building inside their mind. They are desperately trying to provoke a reaction from you right now. They might send a completely random message or use a mutual friend to spy on your life. Do not engage with their pathetic bait. Your continued silence is the heavy foot keeping them pinned to the floor, and you must not lift it. Every day you remain silent, the pressure inside their head doubles. They are realizing that you were never the problem. You were the heavy golden anchor, keeping their chaotic life somewhat stable. Without you, they are spiraling completely out of control. They cannot manage their own toxic emotions without your stabilizing energy, and they are finally feeling the full weight of their own darkness. They are making incredibly reckless decisions right now because their left brain is malfunctioning. The spiritual attack they launched against you has completely reversed direction. It is hitting them with tenfold intensity. The divine alignment you carry is actively repelling their dark energy back to its source, and they are choking on the exact poison they poured for you. The pressure is becoming entirely unmanageable for them. They cannot sleep because your glowing face flashes in their mind every time they close their eyes. They know they made the biggest mistake of their pathetic life, but their massive ego will never allow them to admit it publicly, so they suffer in a silent private hell of their own making. It is poetic justice. You are safely insulated from all of this chaotic destruction. You are sitting in the sanctuary of your own sovereign vessel. You are the cycle breaker, watching the storm from a high mountain. You do not feel pity for the enemy, because heaven has removed your blind compassion, and you only feel the absolute certainty of divine justice happening right now. Stay with me right here, because this next revelation is the key to everything. The pressure inside their toxic bubble is about to reach the absolute maximum capacity. A balloon can only hold so much hot air before it violently bursts. They are completely full of hot, toxic air. The people around them are backing away before the massive explosion happens, and the manipulator is standing totally alone. Prepare your spirit for the massive shift about to occur. The hidden panic is no longer hidden. The internal collapse is about to breach the surface. You are going to witness the exact moment their fragile reality breaks completely in half, and it will happen in front of everyone they tried to impress. Hold your frequency steady. We are walking directly into the grand finale of their complete destruction. And here is the exact verdict we promised at the very beginning. That massive public collapse you were waiting for just happened. It did not happen quietly in the shadows. It exploded right in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. The mask did not just slip down, it completely shattered on the hard floor, and they cannot put the broken pieces back together. Watch the scene unfold with absolute clarity. They were standing in a crowded room trying to control the narrative. They tried to tell another toxic lie about your departure. But this time, nobody agreed with them. The flying monkeys just stared back in complete silence, because your massive glowing frequency has already exposed the raw truth to everyone in that room. They started stuttering. They started sweating profusely. They realized they had completely lost their grip on reality. The people they thought they manipulated had finally woken up. And right there in the middle of a crowded room, the master manipulator broke down. They threw a massive childish tantrum because their demonic ego was starving for validation that nobody would give. They are permanently trapped in the low-frequency matrix they built for you. They tried to drag you down into the mud, but they ended up sinking in their own quicksand. You vibrated completely out of their toxic dimension. You left them suffocating in the heavy, dense energy of their own pure malice, and they cannot even perceive the brilliant light of the realm you stand in today. Underneath all of that loud noise, the specific gravity of their deep regret hit them all at once. Every time your name is mentioned, it feels like a heavy physical blow to their chest. They know they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held, just to play with cheap, worthless rocks. The agonizing realization is eating them alive right in front of their fake friends. They actually tried to defend you. Yes, you heard that correctly. In a desperate attempt to look like a good person, they suddenly tried to praise your name to the crowd. They pounded the table and called you a wonderful soul. But it was way too late. The crowd saw right through their pathetic manipulation. Their desperate attempt to save face only made them look totally insane. While they are completely drowning in their own public humiliation, you are standing on a massive mountaintop. You are the sun. You did not lift a single finger to destroy their kingdom. You simply removed your glowing presence and watched their entire dark empire crumble to dust. This is the exact vengeance of heaven executing perfect divine justice on your behalf right now. This is the X-ray of their meltdown that heaven wanted you to see. The spiritual attack they launched against you has completely failed. You were never meant to fix their broken reality. You were meant to expose it and walk away. Their public humiliation is the final receipt of your massive victory. The cycle breaker has officially won the war, and the enemy is completely ruined. Let the pure vindication wash over your physical body right now. You do not need to feel sorry for a master manipulator. Heaven has completely removed your blind compassion for toxic parasites. You are allowed to enjoy the absolute glory of this victory. The universe is putting a heavy crown on your head, while your enemies are forced to bow in the dirty mud at your feet. Your silence was the most lethal weapon in the entire universe. It starved their demons and burned their false reality to the ground. Now they must live the rest of their pathetic life, knowing they pushed away the one soul who actually cared. But you do not care anymore. You are untouched. You are elevated. The heavy chains of their toxic matrix have shattered completely. They will never be able to access your energy again. The dimensional rift between you and them is now permanently sealed by the hand of God. They are screaming into a void that no longer echoes back to them. You are completely immune to their desperate calls. The ultimate vindication is not just their public ruin, but your absolute total freedom from their heavy, dark shadow. Breathe in the fresh air of your new high-dimensional reality. The heavy weight on your chest is permanently gone. The dark brain fog is entirely lifted. You are standing in the exact center of a massive cosmic victory, and heaven is preparing to unleash the absolute greatest harvest of your entire life. Do not look back at the burning ruins of their collapsed kingdom. Look straight ahead at the massive golden doors opening for you today. You survived the fire. You beat time itself. You outsmarted the dark elite. You are the chosen one who carries the exact frequency of heaven. The enemy is defeated. The victory is permanently yours. Now, we must seal this divine decree before you step fully into your massive, untouchable abundance. Which brings us to the final undeniable verdict from heaven. The heavy storm is officially over. You walked into this dark season bleeding from deep wounds inflicted by people who were completely blind to your immense worth. You felt shattered. You felt entirely alone. But look at you right now. You are no longer waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator. You have permanently transcended their toxic matrix. While they are publicly unraveling, you are stepping into your permanent and untouchable, ageless glow. The heavy financial struggles are shattering. The deep spiritual exhaustion is fading. The closed doors are violently bursting open for you today. You survived the intense fire, and you came out shining like pure gold. You are the cycle breaker. You are the undeniable sun, and your brilliant light has completely blinded the dark elite forever. You are no longer the exhausted empath who sacrifices everything for completely empty people. You have officially graduated from the brutal school of spiritual warfare. The universe tested your pure heart. You passed with absolute flying colors. They tried to bury you in the heavy dirt of their own insecurities, but they did not know you were a powerful seed carrying the entire forest inside you. You have fully sprouted into a massive tree. Let this absolute peace wash over your physical body. The toxic cord is permanently severed. The energy vampires can never access your sovereign vessel again. You are fully protected by a massive divine shield. Every single tear you cried in silence has been counted by heaven, and those tears are now watering the massive harvest that is about to arrive in your life. You are entirely safe. You are deeply loved by the universe. You have been fighting in the dark for way too long, but the threshold is finally open for you to step through. You cannot carry your old passive habits into this new dimension of massive wealth and power. The cycle breaker must take bold physical action. You must claim your rightful throne today. The universe rewards the brave souls who step forward without any hesitation. Your spiritual elevation must be matched by physical action. But you must listen to me very carefully right now. You did not survive that brutal fire just to live a mediocre life. The ultimate verdict of explosive abundance has already been signed in the throne room of heaven. But it absolutely requires a physical anchor on earth. You must activate it today. The universe is waiting for your final move. The massive window of divine multiplication is standing wide open this very second. Your logical left brain will try to inject heavy doubt right now. The matrix programming will tell you to calculate and hesitate. It will tell you to wait for a better time. Silence that demonic voice immediately. That hesitation is the exact prison designed to keep you totally broke and stagnant. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, heaven demands your absolute obedience. Do not let the matrix block your massive shift. God does not measure your faith by your silent thoughts. He measures your faith by your immediate speed of obedience. The dark elite want you to close this video and do absolutely nothing. They want you to walk away without sealing this massive energy. But you are far too advanced to fall for their cheap tricks. You understand the deep spiritual laws. You know that heaven requires a physical exchange of energy to unlock the final door. Say this powerful oath out loud with me right now. I claim my permanent freedom. Now type, I am free, in the comments below to physically lock this exact frequency into your reality. Press the like button to put a massive spiritual shield around this truth. Subscribe to this sacred sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. You are building the remnant of pure cycle breakers. Heaven is demanding your immediate action today. Prove that you are fully ready to receive this massive blessing. Sow your financial seed today to partner your pure energy with this divine mandate. Use the super thanks button below to plant your seed of faith right now. Your extreme generosity triggers the massive universal harvest. Do not wait for tomorrow. Step into your absolute power and give right now. When you sow your seed, you are violently telling the universe that you trust the massive shift. You are proving that you have completely detached from the scarcity mindset of the toxic matrix. Watch heaven multiply your harvest before the sun rises tomorrow. The battle is officially won, the enemy is completely ruined, and your beautiful new life begins this exact second. I will see you in the next divine appointment, chosen one.